Well, what do we have here? Elon Musk posting "Stand by me." Each word capitalized, which is plausible deniability. I was just listening to a song and I decided to share with everybody the title of the song I was currently enjoying on X. It wasn't a message, a hint. There's nothing cryptic about this. I was just telling everybody, yeah, good song, right? Wrong. Allegedly. You want to hear my conspiracy theory? Just allow me to grab my tinfoil hat. BRB. All right, now, stick with me, folks. Currently donning my tinfoil hat, and I think maybe, possibly, Elon Musk might be not so subtly implying, maybe, that loyalty will be rewarded. For what it's worth, I'm a big fan of loyalty, which must be earned. As it relates to Tesla, I first began purchasing the stock more than a decade ago. In that time, I've continued to accumulate, and I've sold 0 shares of Tesla stock. Never been concerned or perturbed. The winds of sentiment, the ups and downs, the sell-offs, the panic. The only panic I've been doing is panic buying at every opportunity. By the way, I'm just kidding. I just buy when I can afford to. I'm not really trying to time it. And I can confirm thus far my loyalty as a Tesla shareholder has already been very well rewarded. Now, I could only speculate about this post. What was Musk thinking? Fuck knows. I can't put myself inside his head, and I probably wouldn't want to if I could. Is this just generally speaking, stand by me, any project, it'll probably work out? Or could this possibly pertain specifically to the SpaceX IPO and Musk's desire, his publicly stated desire, to reward loyal, long-term Tesla shareholders? I think this is probably the most likely. But again, I don't know what he was thinking. I'm just speculating here. Making an entire video out of 3 words, because why not? We are hearing rumours, unconfirmed rumours at this stage, that SpaceX is planning to allocate 30% of the IPO to retail investors. In a typical IPO, it's usually around the 5, at most sort of 10% mark. So this would be unprecedented. I explained recently how this would work. This is a reasonable, tried and true method for rewarding long-term Tesla shareholders. In short, brokerages in the US and around the world with partners get a big wad of these shares specifically for retail investors, e.g. you and I. We then tell our brokerage or brokerages we want in on the SpaceX IPO. This is how much we would like to invest. Any SpaceX shares that we are allocated are at a predetermined price and automatically transact into our account as SpaceX IPOs. We're not buying on the open market. We know what we're paying ahead of time. No volatility. The challenge is getting a sufficient allocation. But here's how the rewarding, loyal, long-term Tesla shareholders might work in the SpaceX IPO. In a typical IPO situation, with shares reserved for retail investors seeking an allocation, brokerages will typically prioritize their clients, their customers, based on the size of their portfolio in dollar amount and how long they have been with that brokerage. But it is absolutely possible in this particular case for SpaceX to request the rewarding of long-term Tesla shareholders by verifying how long they've held Tesla stocks specifically. It's a bit unusual, but it's possible. So they could absolutely prioritize Tesla shareholders based on how long they've held the stock. For example, maybe there's different thresholds: 5 years, 10 years, 15 years or more. If a shareholder who's been on Tesla stock for 15 years wants a fuck ton of SpaceX stock for the IPO and that brokerage has an allocation, well, you know, they have owned it for 15 years, which inevitably also means it's going to be a very high dollar amount. And I think this might be how things play out. Now, just to be clear, this is fully legal and, in short, means that loyal Tesla shareholders would get first dibs on the SpaceX IPO. Now, I don't know this is going to happen. This is the most likely way, I believe, and again, I'm a small brain content creator, so take it with a Mount Everest-sized grain of salt, but I believe this is the best, most reasonable, fair, and logical way to reward loyal Tesla shareholders. The longer you've held Tesla stock and the more Tesla stock you hold, the more of that SpaceX IPO allocation you're entitled to. Somewhat related, I saw this clip on X doing the rounds. This is a pretty old one, but still a classic. Chamath Palihapitiya and talking to the folks on CNBS with the trader mentality.
And you're just going to ride, I mean, you said 2 or 3 times higher than where it is now. You're just going to ride that wave?
Scott, I don't understand why people are so focused on selling things that work. Let's just, I'll make up a number. Let's just say I owned $1 billion of Tesla stock. If I sold it, now I have $1 billion problem. What do I do with that money?
This is actually a great point from Chamath. If you're selling one of your winners, you better have a much better idea, a much greater opportunity into which you're going to deploy that capital. After all, you paid capital gains taxes on your phenomenal gains. You now need to, with less capital because of your capital gains taxes, find a better opportunity that will outperform that. And by the way, you may find such an opportunity, in which case go for your lives. Amusingly, this clip of Chamath actually resurfaced because someone was roasting him because soon after this clip, or maybe a year or so after, he had sold out of his Tesla position, which, by the way, spoiler alert, the guy made billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. So he did, in fact, find a much better idea, at least from his point of view, to redeploy that capital.
What about if it was 100 million? What about if it was just 10,000? 10 billion? It doesn't matter what the number is. The point is that when things are working, you're paid to stay with people that know what they're doing.
He ain't wrong. I noticed a long time ago that Elon Musk appeared to know what he was doing, and that belief has been continually reinforced by further evidence across multiple domains, companies, projects, technologies, since I first began buying Tesla stock back in 2016. This will come as a massive shock to absolutely nobody, but I'm a massive nerd, and I've been terminally online for about 30 years. So I hear about this guy who started a rocket company. This was the early days of SpaceX. I thought, what a fucking mad lad. SpaceX has some early successes. What the fuck? That's crazy. Who is this guy? I continue to pay attention. Eventually, he gets involved in Tesla. I pay attention. Pre-IPO to Tesla. Company IPOs, still early days. Not investing, but watching. Model S comes out, 2012, wins every award ever. Holy fuck. Okay, now this guy's got something. So I invested in Tesla initially just before the Model 3 was unveiled. Basically the beginning of 2016. Since then, let's just go through a few accomplishments, milestones across multiple domains and technologies. Model 3 is unveiled, Model 3 ramps, Model 3 absolutely dominates the high-end sedan market, not just electric vehicles, but vehicles, period. Then, Model Y comes out, fast becomes the world's best-selling vehicle for multiple years in a row. All the while, Tesla continuing to pull further and further ahead with their data collection on autonomy. By the way, spoiler alert, they're now legally operating fully autonomous driverless vehicles in the United States. Oh, and then there's the whole energy business, absolutely fucking dominating. Some of these projects, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars on a single order. Don't get me started on Optimus. Simultaneous to this, SpaceX landing boosters on drone ships. Falcon Heavy nails its first voyage, its maiden flight. The iconic imagery of 2 boosters coming down, simultaneously landing. Holy fuck. Starlink grows at a stupid rate, absolutely dominant. Now over 10 million customers. Just from the home broadband, rumours are there's 6+ million Starlink cell service customers today. And then there's Neuralink. First human implant, now 24 or so patients and growing rapidly. Boring Company, a number of commercial projects completed in that time. XAI, founded late to the party with AI, built a gigantic AI training supercluster in world record time. Grok 1, 2, 3, 4 leapfrogs the industry. Now it's neck and neck, tit for tat. But joining the AI race that late, phenomenal. Acquires X. Oh, Elon doesn't understand social media. This is going to be a disaster. Next minute, X is a huge turnaround, massive transformation, becomes highly profitable, gigantic margins, and then there's the XAI acquisition of X in an all-stock transaction. I'm sure I've forgotten many things. The point here, each of these major successes across multiple technologies and domains has further reinforced the fact that Musk knows what the fuck he's doing, is able to do things that others simply cannot. Execute on massive projects, see huge opportunities and capitalize on them. Do so in an extremely resourceful manner. Recruit, inspire, motivate the world's best and brightest engineers. So what's the bottom line? Standing by Musk, remaining a loyal investor. It's just a no-brainer. In the early days of Tesla, there was absolutely, unquestionably, an element of loyalty. You've seen what the guy's done. The company could go belly up. Model 3 ramp could destroy the company. I mean, very unlikely. Worst case scenario, they get acquired for a premium, big deal. But, at that point, a lot of stuff can go wrong. Many things are still existential. So there is an element of loyalty there. You trust this guy, the company, they'll be able to make it. They'll sort this out. There's a bit of faith involved. But we're well beyond that point now. No longer is loyalty required to continue to hold Tesla stock. The only thing that's required is not being completely fucking retarded. But, as a nice bonus, those of us who've held Tesla stock for an extended period of time are bit likely to possibly get rewarded for not being completely brain dead. Imagine that. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.